Today, we're going to dive into an extraordinary movie, Kung Fu Panda, which was released in 2008. The moment it hit theaters, it took the world by storm, especially its main character, Po the Panda, who quickly became a global sensation with a massive fan base. The film was so well loved that it led to several sequels, and chances are, many of you have already watched it. But today, we're not just rewatching it, we're revisiting it with fresh eyes. We'll try to understand the little details and hidden meanings we might have missed when we first saw it as kids. So, let's journey back into the world of Kung Fu, destiny, and dumplings. At the beginning of the movie, we see a panda named Po. He imagines himself as a super soldier and dreams that he's fighting alongside any of the students of the Furious Five. But when he opens his eyes, we realize it was just a dream. In reality, he isn't a warrior or a fighter at all. Po is actually the son of a chef who owns a restaurant, and he helps serve noodles to the customers. He's a bit clumsy and foolish in real life, but his dreams are much bigger than what he's doing. However, he never has the courage to share those dreams with his father. Interestingly, his father is a goose, not a panda. Anyway, this is the kind of movie I highly recommend you watch if you haven't already. And if you've already seen it, watch it again. You'll enjoy it even more. Po helps his father serve noodles, and then the scene shifts to a greenhouse-like area. This is where the Furious Five train. They are kung fu masters who are receiving advanced training and are known throughout the city, or even the entire country, for their skill. Here, we are introduced to Master Shifu, their trainer, but above him is an even greater master named Master Oogway. Personally, I found this character really impressive. The gestures and personalities of the characters in this film are portrayed so beautifully that even after watching it 16 years ago, I was completely shocked. I felt like this movie was a revolutionary moment in animated cinema. Master Oogway tells Master Shifu that he has had a vision. Something bad is about to happen very soon. Master Shifu then realizes that the villain of this movie, Tai Lung, is returning. Oogway warns that Tai Lung will come back and try to take the Dragon Scroll. The key idea is this: the person who is truly worthy of the scroll, the one who can best embody its message, will be declared the Dragon Warrior. The scroll contains magical words or secrets, but no one knows what they are except for Master Oogway. Whoever gets the scroll will become the most powerful and dangerous Kung Fu master in the world, one that no one can defeat. Tai Lung wants that power, but Master Shifu says Tai Lung is still locked up in prison, so it's not possible. However, Oogway says nothing is impossible. He tells Master Shifu that to stop Tai Lung, he must first find the Dragon Warrior, because only the Dragon Warrior has the power to stop him. Here's the twist. No one yet knows who the Dragon Warrior is. The one who impresses the most and is chosen will read the Dragon Scroll and gain its magical knowledge. That person will become the Dragon Warrior, and the only one capable of stopping Tai Lung. A grand announcement is made throughout the city that the Dragon Warrior will be chosen in front of everyone. The idea is that one of the 5 elite students will be selected. These 5 have been training since childhood with the dream of becoming the Dragon Warrior. Meanwhile, Po, our panda hero, also wants to attend the ceremony, but he doesn't have the courage to tell his father. As he tries to leave for the palace at the top of the mountain, his father assumes he's going there to sell noodles and gives him a noodle cart to set up a stall. Po has no choice but to take it with him. Climbing the steep mountain stairs with a heavy cart is extremely difficult, and when Po sees how tall the staircase is, he begins to lose hope. He eventually leaves the cart behind and tries different, funny ways to reach the top. Meanwhile, the selection ceremony begins. We see the Furious Five, Tigress, Monkey, Mantis, Viper, and Crane, demonstrating their incredible skills before the crowd. They are the top students and the main candidates to become the Dragon Warrior. Po struggles to reach the palace, But when he finally makes it to the top, the doors close just as he arrives. Poor Po. He tries everything to get inside and watch the ceremony, but fails every time. He even tries sneaking in, climbing over the wall and following bugs. In one funny moment, he sees fireworks and gets the idea to launch himself into the air. The fireworks go off, and Po accidentally blasts himself into the sky. He crashes right into the middle of the palace courtyard, where the ceremony is being held. Everyone watches in shock. Master Oogway, who had been observing silently, suddenly raises his hand and points at Po, declaring him the Dragon Warrior. The entire audience is stunned. They think it must be a mistake. The second master, Shifu, rushes to stop the ceremony, shouting, "This is a mistake! This is a mistake!" But Oogway is firm. What's done is done. This lazy, overweight panda, through a complete accident, is now being taken away as the Dragon Warrior, with a grand salute. The crowd can't believe it. Backstage, Tigress turns to Master Shifu and apologizes. She says, "Forgive us. We weren't able to earn your approval and become the Dragon Warrior." Master Shifu replies coldly, "Don't worry, he won't last long. He believes Po's selection is just an accident, and that he won't survive the training." Meanwhile, Shifu sends a messenger, Zeng, a nervous goose, to the prison, where the evil warrior Tai Lung is being held. Shifu instructs Zeng to tell the guards to double the security immediately. At the prison, we see the guards, massive armored rhinos, mocking Zeng when he gives them the message. They laugh and say, "Do you think we're not capable of guarding him already?" But trouble is brewing, so the guard sarcastically tells Zeng, "Why don't you go check for yourself? There's only one way out of this place, the same path we used to come and go. And that path is heavily guarded by hundreds of elite warriors just like us. Escaping from here is impossible." Saying this, they take Zeng to Tai Lung. We see that Zeng is trembling with fear as they're escorted through tight security. But just then, one of the rhino guards playfully slaps him on the back, scaring him even more. As a result, one of Zeng's feathers falls off and lands near Tai Lung. Inside, we see Tai Lung is tied up under extreme high security conditions. Meanwhile, back at the Jade Palace, our panda finally gets to enter the sacred greenhouse, the very place he dreamed of. It holds all the magical items and warrior relics he's seen in his dreams. And today, that dream has come true. He's now the Dragon Warrior. But of course, his size makes him feel out of place. How can someone like him fit into all this? Meanwhile, Master Shifu, the second master, is clearly frustrated and upset by the Grand Master's decision. He believes it was just a mistake. He keeps intimidating the panda, showing off his seriousness, and even raises his hand once. The panda, terrified, begs him to stop, saying, "Please don't hurt me. I'll die." But Shifu insists, "You're the Dragon Warrior now. You must prove your skills." He's taken to the training hall, but the real plan is to scare him off so badly that he runs away on his own. That way, the five can be considered again for the Dragon Warrior title. Anyway, we see the Furious Five training hard. Seeing them in action terrifies the panda. He nervously asks, "Can I start training tomorrow? Or maybe, is there a beginner level I could try first?" But Master Shifu replies, "No, that's not how it works. You are the Dragon Warrior now. You already possess great inner strength. You must prove it." Po tries to hit a small punching bag, but slips and falls. He tumbles right into the middle of the training equipment. What follows is one of the funniest scenes in the entire movie. Po gets beaten up by accident, bumped, bashed, and banged around by the training setup. But somehow, he makes it through. As night falls, all the students go back to their rooms. They laugh at the idea that this chubby, lazy panda is supposed to be the Dragon Warrior. How could someone like him even fight, let alone spell warrior? Despite their teasing, Po tries to make friends. He stretches out his hand for a handshake, wanting to bond with them. He's so excited that he even visits the training room and meets Crane, Po says excitedly, "Respected Crane, I'm such a huge fan. I've seen you before somewhere." But Crane, clearly tired and annoyed, replies bluntly, "It's bedtime. Could you leave now?" And then Tigress stood behind him. She told him sternly, "This is not your place. You are not worthy of being here. If you respect us, then leave." This hit Po hard. He quietly walked away and sat under a tree, questioning himself. Why stay here at all? The truth was, all the other fighters had earned their spot through skill and hard work. Po, on the other hand, had just ended up here by accident. Though technically chosen, he didn't feel like he belonged. His mental state was completely shattered. Just then, Master Oogway appeared. He gently reminded Po, "You must believe in yourself. No one in this world is worthless. Beneath the surface of every small thing lies something great. If you want to be like them, you must work for it." Soon after, the scene now shifts to a heavily guarded prison, where we witness the main villain, Tai Lung, breaking free in a dramatic escape. Unleashing his fury, he effortlessly takes down the elite Kung Fu security guards, swatting them away like helpless cockroaches. The guards, in an attempt to stop him, break the bridge. But even that can't stop Tai Lung. He climbs onto the rocks, grabs the messenger, and says with a cold smile, "Tell the master, I'm coming." I want to see how strong his dragon warrior really is, and how he plans to stop me. Now, we still don't know why Tai Lung was imprisoned in the first place. The next morning, when it's time to wake the students up for training, Po doesn't come out of his room. Everyone assumes he got scared and ran away, and they're actually happy about it. But when they reach the training ground, they're shocked to see that Po had already started training on his own. Despite everyone's harsh words, he didn't give up. Shifu tells him, "You have to fight everyone and prove you're the best." Po trains hard, but the 5 other students beat him up badly. He's like a superhero in training, getting knocked down, but not staying down. Then, the second master steps forward and declares, "I will fight you." Without holding back, he fiercely battles Po, the panda, leaving him badly bruised and exhausted. But after the intense training session, the rest of the students begin to care for Po, treating his injuries with quiet concern. As they tend to him, Po opens up saying, "The second master is really intense, almost impossible to keep up with." Unbeknownst to him, the tigress overhears this. Moved by Po's words, she decides to reveal the second master's past, a story few know, and even fewer understand. Finally, we learn the real backstory, why Tai Lung became the villain. Tai Lung wasn't just a student. He was like a son to Shifu. He had been brought up by him since childhood. Shifu loved him deeply and trained him harder than anyone else. Tai Lung had always believed he would become the dragon warrior. But when he was repeatedly rejected, something inside him broke. He himself felt pain too. Then one day, Tai Lung became angry. That is, he became furious for not being chosen as the dragon warrior. In his rage, he stole the dragon scroll and tried to read the sacred words of the dragon warrior, hoping to become the master of the greatest power in the world. To get the scroll, he launched a full-scale attack. But when Tai Lung came to attack, Master Shifu saw him like his own child. Because of this emotional bond, Shifu couldn't stop him. However, Master Oogway intervened just in time. He flew in and defeated Tai Lung, finally having him imprisoned. After that day, Master Shifu was emotionally shattered. He never loved another student the same way again. Nor did he ever train anyone with the same devotion. The kind of training Tai Lung received, none of the others ever got that. Oogway believed she lacked humanity and warmth. In fact, the great Master Oogway himself never selected Tigress as the dragon warrior. Nor did he see her as the true protector of the Valley of Peace. Anyway, one day the messenger Goose Zong came running and told Shifu that Tai Lung had escaped from prison and would arrive very soon. Hearing this, Shifu rushed to Master Oogway and said, "Your prediction has come true. Tai Lung is coming," he continued. "And the one you've chosen as the dragon warrior is completely unfit." Master Oogway calmly replied, "Have faith, my friend. If you believe in him, he will become the Dragon Warrior. I have seen something in him that you have not. You must learn to see what I see in him." Then he added, "My time has come." Shifu, in desperation, said, "You can't leave us now. We need you." But Master Oogway simply smiled and said, "Believe," and faded into the sky, disappearing forever. Yes, he passed away peacefully. It's worth noting that the Kung Fu Panda movie portrays many magical elements. For example, the ancient Master Oogway possessed mystical powers. As a symbolic moment, we see him disappear like floating petals into the sky. Now, with Master Oogway gone, Master Shifu had to take full responsibility. The next scene shows Po bonding with all the other students. They were now friends. Everyone happily made noodles together, laughed, and shared joyful moments. Po playfully roasting and joking with the others. Everyone was having a good time. But suddenly, Master Shifu appeared behind him. A funny moment occurred, and Shifu told Po, "Stop playing around. The time has come. Master Oogway is gone." Hearing this, everyone became scared. They had lost the most powerful master, and now he was dead. Everyone began panicking, realizing they couldn't face Tai Lung. As Po tried to escape as well, Shifu blocked his path. Po pleaded, "Please let me go. You never believed in me. I didn't ask to be the Dragon Warrior. Let me leave." But Shifu said, "I will make you the Dragon Warrior. If Oogway believed in you, then I must believe too. He believed you were the one, and I will train you to become the true Dragon Warrior." He continued, "Only the Dragon Warrior can defeat Tai Lung, and that must be you. Now tell me, do you want to learn?" At that moment, Po says, "Yes, I want to learn." Hearing that, Shifu finally says, "Fine. From today, I will teach you." And on the other side, Tai Lung has already started making his way toward the village. Meanwhile, the Furious Five, Tigress, Monkey, Mantis, Crane, and Viper, already know that Tai Lung is coming. And they're also aware that Po isn't truly the Dragon Warrior. He was chosen by accident. If he reaches the village, he'll destroy everything. So if they want to stop Tai Lung, they have to do it themselves. They decide to take the matter into their own hands and leave to confront him. The next morning, Shifu hears strange noises in the kitchen. When he gets there, he finds the entire place in chaos. Everything is broken. He's rummaging through the mess, looking for food. Shifu asks, "What's going on? What are you doing? What are you even eating?" Po replies, "You don't understand. When I'm hungry, I get really angry." That gives Shifu an idea. To test Po, he tells Monkey to place a cookie high on a shelf. Then Shifu quietly asks Po, "You won't tell anyone about this, right?" The moment Po leaves the kitchen, he suddenly jumps up like he has superpowers and grabs the cookie in one smooth move. Shifu is stunned and asks, "How did you do that?" "I kept it so high up." It turns out Po had no idea how he did it. His hunger just made him go that far. That's when Shifu realizes how he should train Po through food. He decides to use Po's love for food as motivation in training. He takes Po to the training area where he once trained in secret. And there, training officially begins. We then see Po improving, learning new techniques, mastering moves, and the training scenes are both fun and inspiring. One day, after intense training, they sit down for a meal, but there's only one dumpling left. A hilarious, intense stick battle begins between them for the last dumpling. In the end, Po wins the game using clever tactics, but instead of eating it, he hands it to Shifu and says, "Master, I'm not hungry anymore." That moment shows he's no longer the same childish panda. He's matured. He now truly wants to learn Kung Fu. Meanwhile, the Furious Five face Tai Lung on a bridge. When they come face to face, Tai Lung says, "So you're the famous 5 students? Send out the Dragon Warrior. I want to fight him." Tigress attacks first, but Tai Lung quickly realizes the real Dragon Warrior shouldn't be this weak. One by one, the rest join in. But Tai Lung is no ordinary enemy. He's highly experienced and extremely dangerous. He turns the fight around and disables all of them, leaving the entire Furious Five unconscious. Crane, the only one still able to fly, gathers them and brings them back to Shifu. Seeing their condition, Shifu understands. They tried to stop Tai Lung. Worried, he says, "He defeated all 5 of you. What chance do I have?" These were his best students, trained since childhood, and still they couldn't win. The only option left now is the Dragon Scroll, which is said to hold magical knowledge. If Po can read and learn from it, perhaps he will gain the power needed to stop Tai Lung. Shifu hands the scroll to Po, but when Po opens it, he sees nothing. It's completely blank, just a reflective surface, like a mirror. Confused, Po says, "Master, there's nothing written here." Shifu takes it, looks inside, and is equally shocked. "Impossible," he says. "I don't understand. Could this all have been a lie?" That's when Master Shifu is shocked. The Dragon Scroll, which was supposed to hold the ultimate secret, turns out to be blank. He is completely stunned. How could this be? How could such an important treasure leave them in such a vulnerable situation? For a moment, he wonders if it was all a lie, if there's no way to defeat Tai Lung. But then, Shifu makes a firm decision. He tells everyone, "I'll face Tai Lung myself. You must evacuate the village immediately. He will destroy everything in his path." Feeling defeated and broken, Po returns to his father, burdened by the pressure. His father, seeing his son so distraught, tries to comfort him. "So, what if you're the Dragon Warrior? We have a family tradition to uphold. You'll feed people noodles, and we'll live happily ever after." But Po doesn't smile. Then, seeing his son still sad, his father decides to share a secret. "You know why everyone loves my noodles? They think there's a secret ingredient. Want to know the truth?" Po says yes. His father whispers, "There is no secret ingredient. I just tell people there is." That moment hits Po hard. He realizes something. The secret has always been within him. Believing in yourself is what makes you special. He opens the Dragon Scroll once again, and this time, he sees his own reflection staring back. That's when everything clicks. Meanwhile, Shifu confronts Tai Lung. Tai Lung shouts, "You never believed in me. You never chose me to be the Dragon Warrior. I was your best student. Why wasn't I enough for you?" Shifu replies, "Oogway saw the darkness in your heart. That's why he didn't choose you. And you attacked me. That's why Oogway had to imprison you." What follows is a fierce, breathtaking fight between Shifu and Tai Lung. Despite his skills, Shifu is aging and struggles to keep up with Tai Lung's strength. At one point, Tai Lung grabs Shifu by the throat, ready to deliver a fatal blow. But just then, and what an entrance it is, heroic, bold, and unforgettable. Po shouts, "Hey, wait a second, stop!" Tai Lung laughs maniacally. "Seriously? They made you the Dragon Warrior? A fat panda?" But Po provokes him, frustrates him with his carefree attitude, and soon lands the first punch. However, instead of hurting Po, Tai Lung injures his own hand. Why? Because Po absorbs the hit and bounces back, literally. What follows is one of the most entertaining and iconic battles in animated movie history. Po's unorthodox fighting style, mixed with comedy and heart, confuses and exhausts Tai Lung. Eventually, Po gains the upper hand and retrieves the Dragon Scroll during the battle. When Tai Lung finally gets a glimpse inside, he's furious. "It's blank? I wasted my life chasing this?" He explodes in rage, but Po calmly tells him, "You don't need magic words or scrolls to be special. You just need to believe in yourself. That's the real secret." Still, Tai Lung doesn't understand. He attacks again, but Po, using a technique even Shifu didn't teach him, catches his finger and whispers, "Skadoosh." And with that, Tai Lung is defeated, vanishing in a burst of golden light. The village is safe. Peace returns. As the dust settles, we see a mysterious figure walking out of the haze. For a second, it looks like a majestic Chinese warrior. But as he steps forward, we see it's Po, wearing a cooking pot on his head. This movie, Kung Fu Panda, is considered one of the best animated films Hollywood has ever made. Here are 2 fun facts. The voice of Tigress was given by none other than Angelina Jolie. The monkey was voiced by martial arts legend Jackie Chan. After the battle, the Furious Five, all serious warriors, bow before Po. "From today, you are our master," they say. Po, bruised and exhausted, slowly climbs the stairs to Shifu and tells him with a smile, "Master, I am finally the dragon warrior." Hearing this, Shifu smiles peacefully and closes his eyes. Po panics. "You can't leave us. You're important to us." Then Shifu groans and opens one eye. "Relax, dummy. I'm not dying. I'm just resting." Po lies down next to him. But of course, he keeps bothering Shifu even while he's trying to rest. And that's where the movie ends with a heartwarming laugh. But Po's journey doesn't end here. More parts are coming very soon. Stay safe, stay happy.